guys.
Hello,
Well,
hello.
hello.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Old Cove Writers Room. Today, we have a very special guest joining us, someone who has been at the heart of Old Cove since the beginning. She's brought her character to life with incredible depth, wit, and just the right amount of attitude. So please, everybody, welcome to the show, the amazing Mitzie Turles.
Woo! Welcome, Mitzie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
And for having me on the show. So
we're just
thank you.
thrilled to death. So Mitzie plays the role of Kelly Bexley. And we're going to dive into her journey with the show. We're going to get some behind the scenes insights. And just because we love a good surprise, we might have a little something for all of you at some point during the show. So
now the question is A.A. around drinking? Because I want to get some answers out of him. And I know that a little bit of libations will get those lips loose and talking.
I'm so sober Karen Walker would disapprove.
He's not allowed to drink when you're anywhere near him.
Are your ice cubes dry? Is that what's happening?
I don't even have any ice cubes. My ice cubes are gone.
That's hilarious. So before we dive in, though, I do want to say a little piece of news. Old Cove is officially part of LA Web Fest. We are an official selection in LA Web Fest this year, coming up in May. So we're all very excited about that.
How exciting.
So if you're coming out to LA, you should come out and go with me that weekend.
When is it?
The first weekend in May, I think. I'll send you the details.
Wait. First weekend in May. I feel like I have a concert here, actually.
In New York or here in LA?
In New York. I've got, I think Jacob Banks is coming the first weekend of May, and I'm so excited because I love him so much.
Well,
so I may have to just root you guys on from afar.
Perfect. 14-year-old Mitzie, we're looking forward to it. So the joke there is Mitzie and I went to a concert at the Hollywood Bowl here for, what was it? It was New Kids on the Block, but it was a whole slew of them. But New Kids on the Block, Mitzie was going. I have video somewhere. She was going crazy, and we're like, "This is 14-year-old Mitzie."
Loved New Kids on the Block when they were like New Kids on the Block. Loved them to death, and I never got a chance to see them. So when I finally did, I don't care how old I was literally 14, just living my best life, step by step. I almost fell down the Hollywood Bowl steps trying to do the step by step dance, but that's okay.
Did they have all the right stuff still?
Yeah, for the older guys, I mean, yeah, they still had the right stuff. I mean, at one point they had the cam on while they were changing backstage, and I was like, okay, is that an ab? I think that's an ab. I think so. They were definitely looking when they did that. Of course they did. They accidentally turned the camera on. Okay.
So they're hanging tough.
That's right.
It's hilarious.
Excellent choice.
Well, all right, let's dive in, shall we? Let's talk about Kelly. I want to know what drew you to this role of Kelly Bexley. Why did you want to play Kelly?
Well, at first I thought it was absolutely awesome that Kelly was the narrator of this story, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed that because it allowed me to be in everybody's business, which worked out perfectly because Kelly is in everybody's business with her podcast for Old Cove and the like. So I think part of that is what drew me to the role, to be honest with you. And then, of course, season 2,
things
actually also things definitely changed, but you also brought me, my man.
She didn't care that she came back from the dead or that
Who cares about all of that? No, who cares about
She's
all of
just
that?
glad that we
You
gave
brought me.
her a man.
That's right. You gave me my
A hot
man.
man.
That's
I gotta tell
right.
you, man, that chemistry between the two of you, and you're not even in the same room, and it's just absolutely insane. It is probably some of my favorite moments doing
I
it with
know.
Hillary.
I think Beyond the Gates needs to look at Mitzi and John for a storyline if they want some heat and passion.
Yes.
I mean,
If that's just what it's like to hear them, I can imagine what it'd be like to see them on screen.
It's true. My monitor steams up every time we're recording.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
definitely channel my.
So much I
energy
had to
into that.
install a windshield wiper just to get rid of the screen wiper, I guess is what we'd call it.
that's hilarious.
No,
was
but
trying
Kelly
to-
is fun, and I love that she's, in everybody's business, whether she's alive or dead, so I do hope that continues. I want her to continue to be in the mix,
I
being
feel like
Old Cove's Nancy Drew.
she's like a friend to everybody. I don't feel like Kelly meets a stranger.
Well, this is true.
Very
And I'm
true.
kind of like that too, so I think that kind of works.
I can't remember, when did we first tell you the secret with Kelly? It was pretty early on, wasn't it? Like about
was
how
it early on? I want to say it might have been. Honestly, I don't think you told me until you gave me the script for the last.
That sounds very much like me.
Yes, exactly. Because I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, I don't even think you let me. Did you even give me all the pages for?
Well, in your defense, there's a good chance we hadn't decided that you were coming back to the life at the moment. So
Oh, maybe. I mean, it could have been that, but if I'm not mistaken, I feel like you were very, very, very chintzy with even letting me know what was going to happen in the very last episode, let alone, the fact that I was alive.
I think the reason Rick doesn't like to spoil too many things is because we change things so often at the last minute that.
Is that why? Is that why, or is he just tight-fisted with details and surprising and
yes,
and
to
wanting
both.
to surprise everybody?
Yes, to both.
Just yes.
Although
yes.
I will say, I think pretty early on though, I kind of knew you were not going to really be dead, just because we were already doing it in Tomorrow's a New Day, and I didn't want to do it the same way. So I was like, we have to figure, we have to do something different. So what do we do? How do we make this different?
And everyone thinks Lewis is secretly alive. So that's why I was like, no, let's do it with Kelly. If we're going to bring the narrator back, I want it to be Kelly.
Bring somebody back. I mean, it is the classic soap opera trope, though, that the person that you think is dead is not really dead and they're secretly alive, so it works, with the fake dead body and
I was going to say, at least
all
to
of that. So there was that.
mystery.
Yes, because
that dead
definitely
person?
yes. Emma was her name?
Emma
Sure.
Harcourt. Mhm.
Sure, we'll go
Look
with
at
that.
me. I'm like, really? I'm like, did I remember something? Or are you just
No, you remembered it
humoring
correctly.
me? I did. Okay. Because I it did get me. I was telling Rick that we need an org chart for me to keep everyone straight. I do, because I'm like, who?
Well, it's funny,
Oliver's mother? And he was like, good, good try. That hasn't been revealed yet. And I'm like, legit, I'm not like trying to get extra information. I legit was like, did we meet her or did we not meet her?
I'm like, nice try. It's not going to happen. Bexpose.
Exactly. I asked about Adam too, and he refused to tell me anything more about Adam, except I know and everybody else know that something about Adam ain't right. Something in the milk ain't clean there. He's very hinky. Very hinky, that one. You can just tell as he's talking to Claudia. Very hinky. But I digress.
But regarding the org chart, we were talking about creating a tree earlier this morning. We were having a conversation about season 3, and I was like, maybe it's time we break out the tree, because I'm going to need a little more. Like, I need to understand visually how all these connect again, because it's getting bigger, and I love that.
Yeah, it is getting bigger. It was amazing to see, actually, from season 1 to season 2. I sort of refreshed my memory and listened to everything right from the beginning. And you were right. I also listened to the first episode of this writers' room show, and you guys were right in that first season was shorter. But it also had less people in it. So between it being shorter and less people in it, it was easy to follow on. Season 2 got much bigger, but then the world also expanded so much more. And I'd like to think Kelly had something to do with that as well, because she came back and brought everyone, bringing everyone with her. But I was like, ooh, wait, who's who? Okay, I'm getting this all fadoodled. So,
well, it didn't help that we also brought Elena over from Tomorrow's a New Day. So, kind of throw in some, and Sawyer came as well. So,
yes. Well, I mean, but the thing is, that's the beauty of having interconnected worlds, that you can actually do that. You know what I mean? It was like, what were the two? Was it One Life to Live and now I can't even remember. But they used to do that on soap all the time.
Well, All My Children and One Life to Live had the same universe in some storylines.
Okay.
And so did Another World and As the World Turns.
Well, and nowadays, General Hospital pretty much encompasses the entire ABC line. They pulled in Ryan's Hope.
They pulled everybody in.
Children,
okay.
One Life to Live. Yeah. It's all one giant universe now. Yeah.
I think that's just General Hospital or not General Hospital, but ABC trying to be like, all right, soap fans still hate us. Let's just bring in some characters they love.
And do something. Do whatever we need to do.
I'm slowly but surely working on fandom wiki pages for both Tomorrow's a New Day and Old Cove. So once those are ready to go out the bat, we'll have a nice clean cut view at Old Cove and all its residents.
I love that idea. That's a good one.
Scott is the Old Cove historian. When we create the museum one day, we'll have a statue of Scott just be
which will come in quite handy for some of the storylines that are coming in season 3. And that's all I'm gonna say about
like
that.
Which ones?
You'll see. Stay tuned.
So mean. See,
well, Mitzie,
you think that as being part of the cast that you would know things. We know nothing. They tell us nothing. Nothing at all. Give us a few lines here and there, a few pages here and there, and then we are just as in the dark as you are, guys.
Well, that's actually bleeds nicely into another question we have for you. Since you are kept in the dark a lot of the time, what would you like to see happen for Kelly?
Ooh. Besides you and Joe hooking up. we get it. You thirsty, girl.
We get it. You
thirsty.
Fine. Let me drink some water.
Yeah, hydrate up. Hydrate up.
Well, honestly, let's see. I wouldn't mind hearing an episode of Bexpose from Kelly for sure. I would love for them all to get to the bottom of what's going on with, oh my God, I wanted to call them Heaven's Gate, but that's not the name of our cult, is it?
Midnight Dawn.
Midnight Dawn, right. The correct cult.
Sorry, what did Harper call them in season 1? Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass? Oh, Harper. Man, I tell you, George's Harper is he is something to behold.
I'm excited to have George on too, so we're gonna bring him on one of these days as well.
Oh, you need to. You can talk to him about all the ad libs that always end up having us cracking up and having to redo takes, and then he does it differently the very next take. So you're just like, you can't even. Oh man, you got to be on your toes with that one for sure.
Oh, it's funny. It's on page. It's just as funny, but then when bring it to live, it's like funnier. And then when you do a second take, it's even better.
And that's usually because we're very adamant about you should feel free to ad lib. If you feel like you would do this differently, then you should absolutely do that and just sort of play around with it. You know the goal, but you don't have to actually say every single word for word. We're just not that. We're not. I hate to say this as writers, but as writers go, sometimes like you just gotta not be precious about it. You gotta let it live in the performance.
Mm-hmm.
Although for the most part, I will say that I think you guys do write to the voice or write to the character, if you will. So it's not far off, I think, from what the character would say or what we feel would feel right for the character,
It is exciting. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mitzie. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries at all. Go ahead.
I was just going to say to that point, it is really exciting because the more we record, I feel like the more we get that chance to hear what life our performers are bringing. And so it's really, it really is the performer dictating and us just kind of waiting for that voice, how we hear it. So it is exciting. The deeper and deeper we get into it, it's more fun to write, I'd say.
For instance, we probably wouldn't write for Kelly and Joe the way we originally intended, because now, since we know there's so much passion behind the two of them, we want to go a little extra.
Which I'm fine with. Thank you very much.
I could tell that first time we recorded with you two together, I was like, okay, our writing of these two are about to change.
I mean, I think we always knew they were going to hook up. I think I said it in the first Writers Room episode, but Kelly and Joe is based off of one of my favorite soap operas, Santa Barbara. And they were one of the first like soap opera couples, super couples that I remember from there. So the inspiration for the two of them come from Santa Barbara. And so I kind of always knew you guys were going to have a thing for each other, but it was not until that first recording, like Aaron said, we knew, okay,
this is gonna work.
We're gonna have some fun with this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's actually happened a few times too with characters where we were just like, oh, we don't know how this is gonna work, and then afterwards we're like, okay,
yep,
time to change some things up. No, yeah.
Well, and Quentin was one of those characters as well. He was kind of someone that wasn't really going to be as prominent, and then Scott comes in, and the chemistry and the dynamic between Scott and George was just off the charts. And I was like, okay, these two have got to be our villains. They got to be each other's nemesi, whatever that
is.
It really makes me think of when Marsha Cross came on Melrose Place, like she just stole some scenes, and you knew, like, okay, she's about to mess with these people's lives,
and she's gonna and she's going to stay for sure. Yeah, Quentin and Harper fighting at the end of season 2.
Oh my god, that was so much fun to write.
I just wish there was more slaps going on.
I gotta tell you, it was fun to write, and then it was fun to record, because these two, Scott and George, just have such a blast with one another. And it's going back to what you were saying earlier, that we wrote it a certain way, but then they just, like, George will come with all of these different sort of insults and things, and he just does it in a wonderful way. But then in the edit, so when we started editing, it was so like, I want that slap to feel real. I want that push against I was really just digging deep with the sound design underneath all of that. Well,
it definitely came across, because I was like, oh, get him, Harper. Get him. Because I was not rooting for you, Quentin.
Hey, I understand. No hard feelings.
That's a job well done, Scott. I think the only one rooting for Quentin is Quentin.
Quentin, exactly.
No, even I'm rooting for Harper. So.
But I do want Kelly, just to go back to your question, I do want Kelly to solve the mystery of Midnight Dawn.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass, yes. Midnight Dawn. Figure it out. The other thing I want to know, are you guys going to address the huge elephant in the room, which is, why does Jude not have an Australian accent?
Oh. That'll be fun.
Oh my God, are you She's not gonna tell me? You guys are so mean. So mean. Nothing.
I'm just
I
going
get
to go and mute
nothing.
myself right now.
Oh, you guys are. Oh, wow. Okay, here's another question. Does Harper's dad ever get out of the basement?
That's a great question. That's
I don't
a
even
really
know
great
if he's
question.
actually still in the basement. We don't even know.
Is that
That's
a
a
myth,
really-
legend, the
That's
truth?
a really great question.
Is that an Old Cove, like Scott said, urban legend, where it's just like, oh yeah, Olivia puts all of her ex-husbands in the basement?
In the basement. But really, she hasn't. Not for nothing. It really seemed like he was in the basement. Like, is somebody gonna give him free? I don't know.
It's like you put your husband in the basement one time and they never let you forget him.
They never let you forget it.
That's right.
Follows me around for life.
That's right. Look, I don't even have a basement, guys.
No one even
I don't
talks
have
about the
one
fact
anymore.
that he cheated on Olivia, and I feel like you do not cheat on Olivia.
Oh yeah, no, this is true. She's probably not standing for it, which hence him being in the basement. Maybe he deserves
You're
it.
not careful, and that blush you put on your face, that was part of her first husband.
Oh my God. Don't start spreading rumors. I love it. But I mean, there is that whole thing with the gun, so you don't really know the whole story yet.
So
you're not going to say anything. Is that what's
I will
happening
just
here?
say our story will continue on the next episode of Old Cove.
On the next episode of Old Cove, our story will continue.
I love it.
Terrible. Terrible.
So what's been your favorite scene to record so far?
And
Do you have a
again,
favorite?
besides when you and Joe meet. No, I'm just fine.
I think that was the favorite for us.
Right. What has been? I'll be honest with you. I actually really enjoyed the voiceover when I was the narrator, especially when I got to interject in the middle of scenes as opposed to just introing the scene. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, when Harper's throwing Oliver's stuff out of the house and, just burn it. And I'm like, do it, friend, just do it. Go ahead and do it, or when he quotes like Taylor Swift and it's like, oh, did he just, because I would have done Beyonce, to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. So I think that part was fun for me, for sure. Just being able to
like Kelly's sassy side.
Yes, being able to interject and being in everybody's business. It was great.
That's the thing with our narrators. I always wanted them to also have a voice. I feel like if you're just, they go to the left and pull out a gun. That's boring. Like,
yeah, you want them to.
You want that personality. You want to know
come through.
Like, they are a character, whether they're alive or dead. They're still a character that was a part of this world, and you want that. For me, especially in writing Kelly in season 1, I was like, there was no way. If Kelly were alive in this moment right now, there's no way she'd be standing in the corner just watching this. She would be a part of that scene. She would be saying, "Did you just quote Tay-Tay?" And like, so that's how I think we approached that in terms of writing the narration for that. It was like, what would you say if you were actually there? And so that was the big approach to that.
Which I think totally works for both myself and for this season as well. Adding that little extra insight, adding that little extra commentary, as opposed to, like you said, oh, okay, they walked into the cafe and sat down.
My favorite moment, I think, from season 1 anyway, was a Nair moment of yours when Harper was trying to crack the password with Reese, and you were pushing him on it. Come on, you got it.
Yeah,
One more, you're almost there.
Very, very close. Yeah, that was fun. And then also, just I think one of the clues, I don't know, was like In-N-Out burger,
In-N-Out,
like that, right? Like double and stuff. And I'm like, yep.
So when
These
I was
are
writing,
all like very,
when I was
very
writing that, I
actually
was like, all right, let me
Mitzi-centric.
think about Mitzi here. What are the things that mean a lot to Mitzi? And first thing that came to mind was In and Out. So I
See, that's
mean,
one thing I love
this
that we
woman will
do.
drive 150 miles just to get some In and Out when she arrives in Southern California. It does not matter. She's going to get In and Out.
Let
Well,
me tell
Mitzi,
you,
they're
whether it's
bringing it
car
to
or the taxi.
Tennessee. They're bringing
Are
it
they?
to Tennessee. Yes. So while Tennessee may not be the greatest place in the world, you and I can meet up and we can have some
Yes,
In and
this
Out.
is true. This is true. My cousin is living there right now too, and I've been telling her that I'm going to come visit. So if that happens, I'm calling you AA Ron for
Okay,
sure.
you better. I'll
And
make
then
that
in
drive.
person, I'll bring you
No,
some
he knows better.
libations.
He knows better.
If the earth starts shaking, we
You
know
won't.
that's Rick.
You won't be there to stop it, Rick.
He knows better.
You won't be there to stop him. I'm gonna get it
We'll
all.
FaceTime you and be like, I'm going to tell Mitzi about and then I'll end it right there so you
Right,
don't
exactly.
know.
And then just end the call. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, went through a tunnel.
So
While
I'm
eating
curious,
brunch?
Scott and Aaron, do you guys have a favorite moment with Kelly?
I love anytime Kelly gets with Harper because I kind of feel like that's the reason they're best friends. Is they're similar in a lot of ways. She's just more reserved. She's not going to throw your clothes out in the front yard and just start a fire. She's going to do it in a smarter way, I feel.
I do love Harper.
I feel like then that's why Jayla works great because those two bring out Jayla. Like Jayla's that quiet person who needed the two outgoing friends to help them kind of just make things happen.
But Shanika just brings such a like amazing quality to Jayla. I mean, I could talk about Jayla all day long. What Shanika has brought to this role for Jayla is like, wow. I mean, she was conceived one way, but then the first time after we had met with Shanika, I was like, no, there's a lot more, underneath there that we should try and like really tap into. And she's so great.
Did that happen with a lot of the actors in terms of your writing? Like, I'm going to cast this person to do it, and then we're going to read it through. And I want to say, actually, the first time around, we read the whole thing through, like at least one full episode or something. And then I think a few things changed, at least for the first season. So did that happen a lot with a lot of the folks that you signed on, that the writing changed for them as you were going?
I would say the characters changed.
I know Oliver changed a little bit. We had a different direction for Oliver, but once we heard Kenny with George and with Scott, we're like, okay, we need to make some adjustments. Like, not in a bad way, but like storyline, we're like, it would work so much better if this happened.
Right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
He has become our, I don't think it's a spoiler to say it. We thought of him another way. And then I think after the first reading, I was like, oh no, this is our Michael Mancini from Melrose Place. This is our resident bad guy / good guy / anti-hero kind of, he is, you hate him, you hate the things he does, but at the same time, he's kind of underneath it all. He's kind of a good guy, way down below. So he was kind of our Michael Mancini, I think.
Kind of, yeah. Like Oliver's not wanting to hurt people. He's just got a habit of he thinks with his dick and not his mind.
Wrong head.
He's thinking with the wrong head.
Scott, sorry, did you have a favorite Kelly moment?
I did actually. I would say, although as much as honorable mention to anytime you're with Joe, obviously, but for me, I think a really special scene was your reunion with your mama, with Ellie. I think it was just so touching. You got to see this, like, not that Kelly is ever not warm, but you got to really see the warmth and the love she has for her family, and the sorrow she felt for putting Ellie
her through that. Yeah. Because there was that one point where I think, which my mom did this great, when was it Peter? I think Peter came to tell her and my brother that the body that they found was me, and she's screaming in the background, and I'm like, oh, my poor mama. I was like, oh, we all did that so well. I'm feeling really bad right now.
You really did. And I think it was just such a great moment of resolve, I think, for you and for Ellie. And it was just, it was, you nailed that. And that was one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So is the long and the short of it that you guys are not going to tell me anything about what's going to happen in season 3? Like, nothing at all.
I mean, I think that is the long and the short of it. Yeah.
Here, I'll say this. Some questions will be answered.
But I'll have to, let me guess. Stay tuned because our story will continue.
That's right.
That's right. So I think that is actually a really great segue. Check your inbox because I just sent you a little sneak peek into season 3, the first episode. And we would love to have you read that blind. So just no going through it first. You're just going to read it from top to bottom. You're going to read all the stage direction and everything. As of right now, it is not written in Lewis's voice. So just have fun with it and just read the stage direction and then read your dialogue.
Oh, you want me to read it now?
I want you to read it out loud right now on the show. And you're not going to get a chance. You're just going to do it cold. You're not going to get a chance to read it first. And I just want to get your reaction. So.
Oh my. Okay.
So here we go.
That's not what I thought was going to happen. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm not ready. Yes. Okay. Wait, so you want me to read all of my lines and the stage direction?
Correct.
Just everything. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as I said, the stage direction is not in Lewis's voice right now. It's just plain old stage direction like anybody would write in a script somewhere. So it hasn't been transformed into Lewis's language or Lewis's vernacular yet. So
okay. All right. I'm going in.
But just read it as written.
Okay. I'm going in. Okay.
All right, guys, and this is Old Cove Season 3, Episode 1, Sneak Peek, and 3, 2, action.
Inside the grand, dimly lit church, rain patters softly against the stained glass windows. The aisles are lined with mourners dressed in black. At the front, a large closed casket draped in white lilies. Kelly Bexley stands at the pulpit, her voice steady, but full of emotion. When I needed someone to believe in me, someone to fight for me, especially when I couldn't fight for myself, he was right there. She glances out at the congregation. Oliver Davis and Olivia Dean sit side by side, faces stoic. Olivia clutches a tissue tightly, her eyes downcast. Across the aisle, Joe Parker sits with Jayla Hart, Reese Bexley, and Claudia Dean. Claudia leans into Reese, their hands intertwined, a picture of quiet solidarity. Oh no. Ooh. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. When the entire town of Old Cove thought I was dead, he didn't hesitate to have my back. He was the one who always told me I could survive the unimaginable, that I could walk through the chaos and come out stronger. Murmurs ripple softly through the mourners. Kelly exhales, gathering herself. The truth is, I didn't think I'd make it. The infamous events that forced me into hiding nearly broke all of us. But he reminded me I wasn't alone. And when I was ready to come back home, he was still right there. He never wavered, never doubted. That's who he was. That's who he'll always be to me. She pauses, eyes scanning the crowd. A rock, a protector, a friend. Suddenly, the side door of the church creaks open. Heads turn. Wait, there's no more. Oh my God! Wait, is this Peter's? Wait, is this Peter's funeral? This has to be Peter's funeral. So Peter does die.
And scene.
Oh my God, guys! Wait, but then who's showing up?
And scene.
Oh, that is so mean. No, but wait.
You know that's all you're getting.
Wait, who's in the? Hold on. Who's in the church?
That's right.
I'm going back.
She's
back.
getting her Bexley on.
That's right. That's right. I am going to be doing some reconnaissance on this one page. I mean, talk about a sneak peek. It's literally only one page.
Well, yeah, because we left multiple people hanging for dear life.
Yes.
So it could be
who's
anyone.
in the congregation?
It could be anyone at any time.
Well, thankfully, it's not the people sitting in the church. But wait a minute.
But the hints are
Harper
there.
and Quentin are not there.
The hints are in the dialogue, not so much in the stage direction. Definitely in the dialogue.
It's Peter. It's got to be Peter. I mean, he was the only one. He was the only, like, when the entire town of Old Cove thought I was dead, he didn't hesitate to have my back. Now, of course, Harper had my back, even though he didn't know he thought I was dead, but he still had my back. But then Peter got stabbed. Got shanked. Ooh. I feel like this is Peter's funeral.
Our story will continue when the season premiere.
See, I want to say it's Peter, but knowing you guys and the wrench you guys like to throw.
And by the way, we're gonna announce the return of season 3 and the date at LA Webfest. So.
Oh, cool. Okay, very cool. Oh man, it's a bummer that I won't be able to come to LA Webfest because I think it sounds like it's going to be amazing. But is that something that's open to the public?
Yeah, and if you go to the cast chat, I posted the link to the site, but I'll have more details later this week to be able to share with that. So.
Okay, cool. Because
we
can't go.
We really need to film something with all the people that get out there.
We should totally do it. Yep.
Oh, that'd be
cool. We need to do some
promo
stuff with everyone that can, because that would be so much fun.
Definitely.
But here, I will spill something.
Uh-oh.
Our two shows will be a little more intertwined. In the coming time.
In the coming season?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think we can talk about that a little bit. Sure. So Scott,
there's one twist coming from both shows that you're oh my god, I can't wait till it gets out. Oh my god, I can't wait.
That's gonna be a longer burn, I think.
I know, and it's killing me. It's killing me. I want to spill that one, but I won't.
It's killing me
talk
too.
Later,
I'm
Aaron.
super excited for it. It's like
we'll talk later.
When I first kind of dropped some hints and they were like, oh, they were on board. I was like, yes, we knew it was, because we had something else planned and we'll share that in the writer's room when that time comes. But then something just was like, no, this would be so much more fun.
So let me ask you this. Are you guys already thinking of season 3 as we're going through season 2? Or
we're already at 5.
Yeah, season 1 we were talking about things that would be coming down the pop line.
Really? Wow. So you're already on season 5.
That's why when I say we changed things at the last minute, it's mainly because we've been talking about it for so long and it's been marinating. And as it marinates, it gets juicier and more tastier, that when we take it off whatever you do when you cook, when you take it off that and slap it on the plate, you're like, bam.
Take it off the stove. Got it.
Yeah.
Once you take it off the stove or out the oven.
I didn't know if I was looking for a grill or I didn't even know what I was cooking. I'm like, I'm cooking something. I just don't know how it's going to turn out.
But what I'm most excited about, I think, is what Aaron was saying earlier about how the two shows are going to be much more closely aligned.
Mhm.
And so Scott and I are going to be sort of sitting once a month, I think we're doing with the writers over there on Tomorrow's a New Day. And we're going to be sort of lining up our storylines so that we can do a lot more. I'd love to do a lot more crossover between the two.
Yeah.
And I hopefully there's a bigger goal for that too, but I won't.
Yeah.
There's what Aaron was saying about what we're
coming.
excited about. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason why.
'Cause
There's a reason why it needs to all line up.
Because I also want to do a little bit more focusing on the media and production side of it. So behind the scene roles are changing a little bit here and there too, to kind of give us a little more energy. We overdo ourselves here sometimes in the Old Cove universe. But it's because we love it. We love it.
I hear you. Well, I mean, it's definitely evident in the work and the storylines and all the little things that you're just like, wait a minute, what did he say? And then I'm like, ooh, let me rewind that back and see, what am I detecting here?
Well, that is kind of the thing. That is kind of the thing. I don't know. Is this a spoiler? Should I shut up?
No,
I
keep
don't know where
talking.
you're going with this.
Keep talking. It doesn't matter. Just keep going.
No.
Yes, exactly. Keep going by all means. Don't censor yourself, darling. Don't do it. Oh, he just muted himself. Do not. You should not censor yourself. By all means, tell us what you're thinking.
We'll just say we love peppering things in because our brains are so far ahead season wise. We love peppering things in to sort of get you ready. Ideally, as a listener, we would love listeners to be like, wait a second, and just like you said, kind of always go back and being like, wait, oh, okay.
And you're like, something's coming with this for sure.
Like there's something that happened in the last episode that when this secret's revealed, you'd be like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. Why this would happen.
Right. And are you going to tell me what that was?
No, because this is the reveal that I can't wait till it comes.
We needed to have him drinking more for this episode. I feel like he would have spilled it. But since he's sober,
I'm gonna make it even. This will be life-changing for multiple characters in both shows.
Life-changing.
That's all I will say.
Wow. Actually, if you think about it, both of the intertwining things between the two shows, the two big things, will be life-changing.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
It's going to have ramifications across both shows for sure.
Because we knew when we really started to intertwine both shows that they had to be big things that brought them together. And we wanted it to be big.
And I will say this. Nothing is accidental.
No. Not in Old Cove.
Okay.
Nothing is random and happenstance.
Okay.
Trust me, we talk a lot and we ideate a lot around this show, and we really get in the weeds about the details. So nothing is random.
Okay. Very good to know. Of course, now I'm feeling I need to go back and listen again.
Well, that's one thing I like about working with Rick and Scott is if a wrench is ever thrown into what we're doing, we know we can pivot so fast.
Pivot.
Something that then we're like, oh my God, it's so wonderful that this thing we thought was the end of the world for us is actually something that gave a little more life to something. That's kind of how it was for Quentin. Quentin wasn't anything at first, but then Scott came around, and it just next thing you know, Quentin had a life of his own.
Or even the decision that Oliver and Violet are half siblings. That just was such a pivot moment that it just tightened up the universe. And yeah.
I remember when we had that moment, though. It's like we were all sitting here and we were like, oh my God, what if, and then how that changes every
Everything.
fucking thing. It was I loved it. It was a
But
lightning.
I will say we don't decide that and then go like, we have a plan for it. It's not like how some shows will just be like, oh, you know what, let's just make so and so this person's brother or sister now, and then you don't have a clue where it's going or how it happened in the past.
Right.
We think about the past and how it could have all happened.
And we promise
And
to
Violet
never
is-
rewrite history. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. That's our goal, is to not rewrite anything.
Yes.
Do you
but-
guys have like a Bible to sort of like keep it all straight?
So we should. We do
We
not.
Okay. Although I guess the wiki pages will help.
That will
Once
help.
we're doing
Yeah.
the wiki pages, that'll definitely help.
That is like the
Connect
writing 101 thing that we never did. We never sat down and wrote out a Bible. So it's probably a good idea that we do that, because it's getting bigger. So I think that's
It
probably
is
going to be
getting-
important at some point. So
And also just some of the like little things, that like Ellie and Olivia have said. It's like what clues have they dropped versus
Girl,
what has actually been revealed.
oh, you're not going to be ready for what's coming with them.
you're when you know what your mama and her best friend did.
Yeah,
And that
It's
will
gonna
come
be like,
out.
Mama.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like, not my mama. My mama?
Oh no, she did.
Mama? No.
She did
Oh,
not.
And
Sweet little
arrived
Miss Ellen?
earlier this morning. We arrived early this morning. That's going to happen in the season that I'm so excited for. That involves your mom.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. But this is such a bummer.
It is
that you're
going
just
to
not
be
telling
a
me
shocker
anything.
moment. It is going to be a shocker moment. I really think it's going to be a shocker moment.
All right. Well, when do we start getting like scripts? I know you're going to announce season 3 at LA Webfest.
We'll probably be
but-
getting line.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
If you can manifest that we actually win an award at LA Fest, we'll spill a secret to you.
Well, to be clear,
Oh,
we haven't,
okay.
to be clear, we haven't been nominated yet. We were
That's what I'm
only an
saying.
official
If
selection.
you can manifest so that we can win an award, we'll let you in on a secret.
Okay. So
manifest.
manifest. Okay. I'm going to be manifesting. Okay. Okay. I will do it. I will have a mantra every day. I will I will manifest
Love it.
us a win so that I can get 2 secrets from season.
She's
Oh,
negotiating
true.
here too.
I thought it was
Well,
one.
okay. I guess
I heard 2. I
I
heard
heard
2.
one. I heard one. That's why I skipped the nomination manifestation, just went straight for the win.
I figured a win includes the nomination as well. So I feel like that at least deserves 3 secrets. At least.
Oh, now it's up to
it's
3.
higher.
Now it's up to 3.
You know,
All right.
Some of those
I like
secrets
how you
too.
work.
Well, I'll
Mitzi.
tell you this. Like I said, here's your clue, Bexpose. As I
Okay.
said, everything is in the writing of the thing that you just read. So if you really want to go and break it down, you'll find it there.
Mhm. Okay. All right. I'll be looking at that again. For sure.
All right.
Be looking at that again for sure.
Well, you
I will
have been
say-
an absolute delight. And thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for coming and talking to us.
Of course.
We're definitely going to be bringing in more members of the cast for sure, but there was just no way we don't do this without Miss Kelly Bexley herself first. So you are
Absolutely.
our first and foremost, without a doubt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cannot wait to see what is next for Kelly, the show, and the Scooby Gang.
Well, what's next for the show is we're gonna get nominated, then we're gonna win.
This
And they're
is
like,
true. And then you're gonna tell me what is next for Kelly and the Scooby Gang.
Times 3, or is it 4
That's-
now?
Well, I'm thinking at least 5 secrets. At least.
All I know is, as a writer, I'm looking forward to us. We have not had a wedding on either show.
Oh.
And we don't have
True.
anything planned. We don't have anything planned. That's why I can talk about
Right.
this. I'm ready for a wedding that doesn't happen.
I think we can give one secret, and I'm gonna text that to you and Aaron right now.
Oh, God. You see, I manifested the secret. I did.
So
I
if
manifested that he
like,
would give
Scott,
me
do you
a
want if
secret.
you want to do it, go for it. You don't have to. You don't have to say the details around that. Just that is going to happen.
In terms of, hold on.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. We are gonna get a little bit going a little bit more and get a little bit maybe some...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. There's one big secret spoiler I may actually delete out of this edit. We'll see.
he will.
We'll see how I feel about it.
Of course,
Or I might keep it in and just bleep it.
Watch this whole show. This whole show will be like 15
actually,
minutes.
that would be funny. That would be funny, actually, if you did just go ahead and keep it in, but bleeped it out. And it's like, oh, damn. Can I read lips? Can I figure out what they said?
Oh, no. I think
you
you should act like edit it to where it looked like the
like the
television.
glitch.
Yeah, like it went.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. No spoilers.
And just be like, our story will continue.
That's right. Our story will continue.
Cue the organ
Next
music. Cue
episode.
the organ.
That's gonna be new merch. That's gonna be new merch.
I like it. I'll buy the shirt today.
And if you like merch and you want Old Cove merch, we have these wonderful Harper Dean Lifestyle and Home bags.
Oh my God, Harper Dean. I love it. I love it. Harper Dean. What is it? Lifestyle and Home. Lifestyle and Home. Oh, Harper. We're so proud of him. Our little entrepreneur. And I was thinking about like how grimy is Quentin? Like, I need to redecorate. I wonder if Harper would give me a discount. And I'm like, you grimy little piece of... I mean, here you are doing his man. And then like, ooh, let me give him a few dollars and get him to decorate for me.
What's really funny about this is Quentin is giving very Haley from Beyond the Gates vibes. I mean, Quentin did it first. I feel like Quentin's the one that was still his best friend's daddy.
I'm not getting Haley at all because I actually like Haley. I think she's in a bad situation, and I feel like she's been manipulated by Bill because Bill is just mean.
He is.
I don't know if you're watching Beyond the Gates, Mitzie, but we're obsessed. We have a text chain going.
Wow.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, how many? When did it start?
A couple weeks.
24th. They've got 10 episodes.
Yeah. 10 episodes. Okay, got it. All right.
I think Quentin is more like Leslie than anyone else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
Well, I just mean Haley as in the sense that, I want my wedding to be at the club where the whole Dupree family lives. Oh, I'm also going to buy a house where the whole Dupree...
Isn't that Bill? I think that's Bill.
That's more Bill than Haley. Yeah. Bill's such an asshole.
He's dangling it in front for Haley. He's letting it play off like it's Haley then.
Oh yeah, no, he is for sure manipulating the hell out of her.
But I really think he wanted to marry Haley because we got another. I feel like there's a secret coming out soon.
Maybe
I need to watch.
I will say this though, Danny is my absolute idol. I idolize that character, man. I idolize her. She is. I was like when she first came on the screen, I was like, oh, I'm in love, and I will watch. It was a Desperate Housewives moment for me. I was like, I will watch this to the bitter end because I just fell in love with her.
Just because of her.
Now I want. Oh, are we
great? Yeah.
Did we say bye? Like, are we done?
No, we did not. So we should wrap up. So, all right, everybody, that's it. We'll see you next time on
the Old Cove Writers Room.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.